Hello, everyone. It's a great honor for me to share my research with you. My name is Jia Wang. Today, I will present to you my research, Embodied Anxiety, an autographic and experimental inquiry into the flute performance. Um, First, this is the table of contents. I will start with the research background and my research questions. Briefly review the existing research on music performance anxiety, and then explain my research methods in detail. Autoethnographic. And that I will share some preliminary findings and my discussions. And finally, the conclusion and prospected for future research. And the music performance anxiety, or MPA for short, it's a important problem encountered by many music performers. It can seriously affect the performer's performance. So MPA has always been a topic of great concern in the fields of music education and performing arts. For us performing arts math students, how to recognize, understand, and effectively deal with MPA is not only related to our personal, academic, and career development, but also provides an important basics for teaching reform. However, many current studies, whether qualitative or quantitative, may have some shortcomings in capturing the deep subjectivity of MPA, how it dynamically changes, and the complex interaction between performance and situations. So it is the context that I put forward the core questions of the research. My research question is, as a learner and a performer of flute music, how do I experience, understand, and deal with music performance anxiety? And how do this experience reflect the enabled and contextuality of music performance anxiety? Through this question, I hope to achieve the following objects. First, to deeply explore my own experience of music performance anxiety. Secondly, I hope to use a unique personal perspective to make up the shortcoming of traditional research methods in capturing these deep subjective experiences. Finally, I also hope to explore the potential and value of autoethnographic as a research method in music performance psychology research through my research. To understand the music performance anxiety, let's review the existing research. In terms of quantitative research, Zala 2020 studied the relationship between music self-efficacy, social support, and MPA through questionnaire surveys and structure equation methods. These methods can reveal macro laws and provide basic for politics, but may be difficult to capture the complex emotional experience of individuals. And the qualitative research and quantitative research complement each other. For instance, HIPS 2021 conducted interviews and contact analysts to gain an in-depth understanding of students' psychological and response to perform anxiety and their expectations for teaching improvement. Qualitative research can deeply describe individual experience and reveal details that are difficult to capture quantitative. However, the sample size is small and the universality of the result is limited, and it's easily to influenced by subjective interpretation of researchers. So for this research, the research methods I used is autosnography. Autosnography is a very unique quantitative research method. Its core feature is the research is the researched. I will use my own experience as data and explore the connection between the individual and the culture and the society through the in-depth reflective narratives. It has several key features. First, it is narrative presented in the form of stories, diaries, and second, it emphasizes reflectivity and requires continuous self-criticism and emanations. The third is pay great attention to emotionally and focus on inner feelings and emotions. Finally, it understands personal experience by embedding it a broader social and cultural context. In order to conduct this autosonography study, I first conducted a preliminary explanation. As a future learner, the performer, I directly recorded and reflected on the anxiety I encountered in music performance practice. My core data source is a performance log, or my reflective diary. You can see that part on my log on the screen. From the May 1st to May 21 this year, I record 9 practice and rehearsal processes. Each record contains many elements such as data, time, place, repertoire practiced, psycho conduction, such as individual rapid breaths, increased heart rate, emotional feelings, such as calm, excited, nervous, and also what I hope to improve teaching source, expresses input, concentration levels, and the next step. These detailed records provide valuable first-hand information for my following up analysis. Through preliminary analysis of my log, I found some very interesting phenomena. First, the embodied experience of anxiety is very obvious. The log frequently records psychological reactions such as individual shortness, and this show the and such as this shows that anxiety is not just a psychology feelings, but also closely related to our psychology state. And the second one, I found the emotions are dynamic. In one practice session, my emotions may start from nervous and anxious, then gradually become calm and even finally reach a state of excited and engaged. This shows that MPA is not single statistic, but complex and dynamic process. Thirdly, I saw the shadow of self-criticism and perfectionism. My self-rating of my technical scores and expressive input, as well as my focus on my reason stability, freedom, or suggested a perfectionist tendency that may exit my heart, and there may be an interaction between this and anxiety. Finally, the seed of compoting strategies also approved in my log. For example, I wrote that I want to enter deep practice and find emotional expression only to calm the heart. This all shows that in my practice, I gradually developing my own way to dealing with anxiety. These findings have given me a deeper understanding of the value of ultrasonography. First, it can provide a more detailed and embodied understanding of MPA phenomena. Second, it can form a dialogue with existing research. My embodied experience confirms the finding of psychological and psychological symptoms of MPA in quantitative research and gives them a more specific personal context. At the same time, it also depends the perspective, experience, and conducting deep reflection, providing a more penetrating individual perspective. In addition, through this personal narrative, I hope my story can resonate and connect it with other performers, educators, and research, so as to promote more human interventions and support. It also encouraged all our music educator and performers to engage in reflective practice and improve their awareness and management of their own performance psychology. And In short, my preliminary autographic research provide a unique and embodied representative for understanding music performance and anxiety, and successfully supplements the shortcoming of existing research. It reveals the dynamism, embodiment, and individual copy stage of MPA in face in facing the complexity of individual experience. In the future, I hope to further deepen and expand this autosnographic research, such as conducting longer term tracking or combining other data sources. I also hope to explore the innovative combination of mixed methods, such as combination autosographic with other quantitative or qualitative methods to achieve multi-dimensional understanding. I believe that this research result will provide more specific case references for music educators and others, and also promote more attention and research on MPNA and other fields. Finally, I would like to thank all the teachers and the colleagues who supported me in completing this research. The main references are on the screen. Thank you all. Here is the first page. Second page is here. Goodbye all. Thank you.